what I'm saying? Notice I take my glasses off for this one because this is a serious matter. Yo. What's the truth behind everything? You know what I mean? And why we're not being told the truth and the history, why we're not told the reality and the history of everything, the true history of things. I understand this in books, so we have to research the books, but this is pre-book. We're doing this right now. This is pre-book. And once I start reading, then y'all can get the real books that I'm going to read. I'm going to grab from my library I'm building. You know what I mean? And y'all going to get all that information. So it's like, nothing adds up no more, and it's bubbled over, and I got to talk about it. You know what I mean? And we're going to ride and build on this thing, and what's the true history of it? You know? Because even when I was in school, I know history and start with slavery. Because we always got so much story. Well, I guess because I'm Jamaican, it's a little bit different than what they teach us and tell us, you know what I mean? Because I know about Ali, I know about Ali, I know about the black. Actually, it was actually all black athletes. I didn't know about Malcolm until I came to the States, because in Jamaica I was a child. So I know about athletes, right? Pele, Michael, and Ali. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Came to the States, Malcolm, Martin, and a few others, you know what I'm saying? But I can't really quote their names because, see, we didn't learn much about their history. But guess what? These are modern, recent people in the 1900s. Now I'm in the 2000s, but man, I'm born in 1980. I finished off that millennia, you know what I mean? So within 1990, I'm learning about people from the 50s. Then I started learning more about my culture and the Rasta roots that I love so much. It's Selassie that goes back to the 70s. And then I got into Marcus Garvey, which is my general and all of our generals, because him set the thing off. You know what I'm saying? Him set the thing off. The Black Star Line, UNIA, you know what I mean? Other movements started off with printing press. There's so much to get into about Marcus Garvey. That's a whole other building, even to walk and talk. There's so much to get into Marcus Garvey, but he really said it. He really said it. Even though Frederick Douglass, you know, Dr. Umar Johnson's family, Frederick Douglass was an educator and told us his story. But they never gave us the real history, which I'm understanding now just from my observation. And now I'm going to seek these books to find. I once read years ago that to keep America functioning, it needs war, needs turmoil and controversy, ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? And with the yeah, I can't park over there waiting for this order, man. You know? Hey, just started too. Shit, we got a couple months. Damn, I lost my train of thought. What else? What else? Oh yeah. Once, man, I read that without turmoil and topsy-turvy, ups and downs, that's the only way America keep, because it will keep certain industries alive, and those industries is what's gonna keep the country up. And I'm like, it makes no sense, because now I want to get a build on the welfare state. I want to get a build on just how the situation is, and it's making sense though. It looks like both black and white is working together on this shit. And that's why you got certain sector of the population going on like that. Because remember earlier in this video I said, how can they have aristocrats, how can they have black people in the north and slaves in the south in one nation? How is that possible? Let's have to be working together. Because the last job company that I worked for and I left, I was forced in a union when I got hired automatically. Boom. Because that was a union said, anybody that you hire, you got to come work for me. And then we did whatever. And I had to pay the unit. I don't want to pay these niggas. I don't want to pay these people. I'm working for me to take care of my family. But whatever the case is, rules change, rule this, rule that, and I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't say anything. It's up to the unit people, but they say, hey, it's in the rules and blah, 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 blah. So I'm just looking at society as a whole now. Because I'm out here just, riding and building and just thinking about things in life in general, man. And yeah, slavery is part of our history, yes. But it's not our history, and it's not even the whole fucking thing. It's what was necessary for them to use to blind us in our future. It's blind us so we don't really know ourselves and what we are capable of. And it's fucked up that we were sold. It's fucked up that because they were stronger and the weak, they were stronger and the weaker, there's the slaves, son. I can imagine 1400s. What were they thinking? What were they praying? Year 10,000, all that shit. We in 2022 right now, and I'm looking at it like, wow, for real. For real, son. What's the real history, yo? Any parts to come to this, because we gotta make some sense of just understanding this thing, yo. CLP. Hey, right. What's the true history, yo? What's our story? What's the true story? So, Roots was fictional and made up. It's appearing to be, and it's seeming like, but fictional and made up with a little factual of change and shit. The facts have changed, right? But made up in a sense. That's why the establishment let it out back then. Because I think the time it came out, consciousness was bubbling anyway. We were being aware of ourselves, of the lie. So to come up the lie even deeper, they put Roots out. And that shit dig deep if you haven't seen Roots. That shit dig deep.